Imagine for a moment that you are standing on what appears to be a remote, uninhabited island. The air is thick with the scent of salt and damp earth. But as your eyes adjust, you realize you are not alone. All around you, the ground seems to writhe and shift. Hundreds, no, thousands of slippery crawling bodies cover every surface. Snakes are everywhere, slithering through the undergrowth, coiled in the low-hanging branches of trees, their unblinking eyes fixed upon you. A primal fear grips you, your heart hammers against your ribs and the air catches in your throat. It feels like a waking nightmare, a scene torn from the deepest recesses of human terror. This terrifying vision is not merely a product of imagination. It is a reality on a small island off the coast of Brazil. And it is just one of many such places on our planet, corners of the world where nature's power, or indeed humanity's folly, has created environments of extreme and unrelenting danger. These are locations where survival is measured not in days, but in minutes, where a single misstep or a moment of carelessness can have fatal consequences. They are a stark reminder of the raw, untamed forces that still govern much of our world, indifferent to our presence. From radioactive ghost towns to islands fiercely guarded by their inhabitants, and landscapes so hostile they seem to belong to another world entirely, our planet holds secrets that are best left undisturbed. We have ventured through research and survivor accounts into these forbidden realms to bring you their stories. We have picked for you the top places you'd better never go to. 15 most dangerous places in the world. So, settle in and prepare to journey with us to the very edge of survival. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to make sure you don't miss our videos. Our journey into peril begins here, on Ilha da Queimada Grande, a place more commonly and ominously known as Snake Island. This small patch of land, floating in the Atlantic Ocean off the Brazilian coast, is a living, breathing testament to nature's capacity for creating nightmares. The Brazilian government has made it illegal for anyone to land here, and for good reason. It is home to one of the highest concentrations of venomous snakes anywhere on Earth. Estimates suggest that for every square meter of this island, there is at least one, and perhaps as many as 5, golden lancehead vipers. The golden lancehead is a species unique to this island, and its isolation has made its venom exceptionally potent. Trapped here millennia ago when sea levels rose, the snake's primary food source became migratory birds. To ensure their prey didn't fly away after being bitten, their venom evolved to become 5 times more powerful than that of their mainland relatives, capable of melting flesh and causing almost instantaneous death. To set foot on this island is to enter a world where the ground itself is a predator, where every step is a gamble, and the rustle of leaves is not the wind, but a death sentence slithering ever closer. From a biological threat, we turn to a man-made one, a danger invisible to the eye, but no less deadly. Bikini Atoll, a ring of coral islands in the Pacific, appears to be the very definition of paradise. White sand beaches, crystal-clear turquoise waters, and swaying palm trees paint a picture of serene beauty. But this idyllic facade hides a dark and radioactive secret. Between 1946 and 1958, this peaceful atoll was the site of 23 nuclear tests conducted by the United States, including the infamous Castle Bravo test, the most powerful nuclear device ever detonated by the US. The explosions vaporized islands, carved massive craters into the seabed, and blanketed the entire atoll in a cloud of radioactive fallout. The indigenous people were forcibly relocated, promised they could one day return to their ancestral home. That day has never truly come. Despite decades of cleanup efforts, Bikini Atoll remains dangerously contaminated. The soil and the coconuts that grow from it are poisoned with cesium-137. The fish in the beautiful lagoon carry dangerous levels of radiation. To live here is to invite a slow, silent death from cancer and other radiation-related illnesses. It is a paradise lost, a haunting monument to the destructive power of the atomic age. In the Bay of Bengal lies an island shrouded in a mystery as deep as the ocean that surrounds it. North Sentinel Island is home to the Sentinelese, one of the last uncontacted peoples on Earth. They have lived in voluntary isolation for what is estimated to be 60,000 years. Their culture and language untouched by the outside world. This isolation, however, is fiercely and violently protected. Anyone who dares to approach their shores, whether by accident or by design, is met with a barrage of arrows and spears. Fishermen, researchers, and missionaries have all lost their lives attempting to make contact. The Indian government has declared it illegal to go within 3 miles of the island, a law designed to protect not only outsiders from the Sentinelese, but also the sentinelese from the outside world. Having had no exposure to modern diseases, a common cold could potentially wipe out their entire population. They are a fragile window into humanity's ancient past, a people who have rejected modernity in its entirety. Approaching their island is a gamble with your life, an intrusion that threatens the very existence of one of the planet's most vulnerable and enigmatic cultures. It is a place that demands to be left alone. Our planet's crust is, well, kind of like a mosaic of shifting plates, and nowhere is this geological tension more obvious than in Indonesia, which sits right on the volatile ring of fire. Here, Mount Sinabung, this towering stratovolcano on the island of Sumatra, serves as a constant, honestly terrifying reminder of the Earth's explosive power. After 4 centuries of dormancy, Sinabung just roared back to life in 2010, and it's stayed dangerously active ever since. Its eruptions are frequent, unpredictable, and, yeah, devastatingly violent, spewing these colossal columns of ash, gas, and rock miles up into the atmosphere. For the people living in the shadow of this majestic yet honestly malevolent mountain, life is a state of perpetual uncertainty. Entire villages have been buried under thick layers of gray ash, their homes and livelihoods erased in an instant. Deadly pyroclastic flows, these superheated avalanches of gas and volcanic debris, have raced down its slopes at incredible speeds, incinerating everything in their path. Tens of thousands have been forced to evacuate, living in temporary shelters, not really sure if they'll ever be able to return. Mount Sinabung isn't just a geological feature, it's an active and indiscriminate killer, a place where, honestly, the ground beneath your feet can become your tomb at any moment. On April 26, 1986, a catastrophic accident at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine changed the world forever. A safety test gone horribly wrong resulted in a massive explosion that released 400 times more radiation than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The disaster created a scar on the landscape and in human history that, honestly, has yet to heal. In the aftermath, a 1,000 square mile area, known as the Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, was evacuated and sealed off from the outside world. It's one of the most radioactive places on the planet. Today, the zone is a haunting, silent world. The city of Pripyat, once home to 50,000 people, stands frozen in time. School books lie open on desks, dolls are scattered in empty kindergartens, and a rusting Ferris wheel, which was supposed to open just days after the disaster, stands as a desolate icon of a stolen future. While radiation levels have decreased enough to allow for short, guided tours, hotspots of intense contamination still remain. To linger here is to expose yourself to an invisible enemy, a poison that attacks the very building blocks of life. It's a chilling monument to human error, and a stark warning of the long-lasting consequences of our actions. A quarter century after Chernobyl, history tragically repeated itself. On March 11, 2011, a massive 9.0 magnitude earthquake, one of the most powerful ever recorded, struck off the coast of Japan. It triggered a devastating tsunami, with waves reaching up to 130 feet high, which just slammed into the country's eastern coast. The wall of water overwhelmed the sea defenses of the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, leading to a series of equipment failures, nuclear meltdowns, and hydrogen explosions. It was the most severe nuclear accident since Chernobyl. Vast quantities of radioactive material were released into the atmosphere and, critically, into the Pacific Ocean. A large exclusion zone was established, forcing over 150,000 residents to abandon their homes, many of whom will never return. The cleanup operation is one of the most complex and dangerous engineering challenges in history, expected to take decades and cost hundreds of billions of dollars. The long-term effects of the widespread radioactive contamination on the environment and human health are still being studied. Fukushima is a modern tragedy, a sobering reminder that, even with advanced technology, we're still vulnerable to the combined forces of nature and nuclear power. Let us journey to a landscape so alien, so utterly hostile to life, that it feels like stepping onto the surface of another planet. This is the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia, a geological wonder and, honestly, one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. Formed by the divergence of 3 tectonic plates, this vast desert basin sits more than 300 feet below sea level. It holds the record for the highest average temperature for an inhabited location, with the mercury consistently soaring above 100 degrees Fahrenheit and often climbing to a blistering 122 degrees. But the extreme heat is only one of the dangers. The ground is a psychedelic tapestry of vibrant greens, yellows, and oranges, colors created by sulfur and salt deposits from bubbling hot springs. The air is thick with the choking stench of toxic gases, primarily chlorine and sulfur, bubbling up from the Earth's belly. The very water that pools here is a boiling, acidic brine. It is a place of terrible, surreal beauty, a landscape that is actively trying to kill you with its heat, its poisonous air, and its acidic water. Survival here is an hourly struggle against the elements. The name itself is a warning. Death Valley. Located in the Mojave Desert of California, this long, narrow basin holds the record for the highest air temperature ever reliably recorded on Earth, a staggering 134 degrees Fahrenheit, or 56.7 degrees Celsius. It is a land of extremes, a sun-scorched furnace where the very air seems to shimmer and vibrate with heat. The valley floor, at 282 feet below sea level, is the lowest point in North America, trapping the hot air and creating a relentless oven-like environment during the summer months. The danger here is insidious and swift. In this extreme heat, the human body can lose quarts of water, through sweat, in a single hour. Dehydration can set in with alarming speed, leading to heat stroke, confusion, and ultimately, death. The landscape, while starkly beautiful with its sculpted badlands and shifting sand dunes, offers little shade or respite. Car batteries fail, tires can burst on the superheated asphalt, and getting stranded without a plentiful supply of water is a life-threatening emergency. Death Valley is a powerful reminder of nature's raw elemental power, a place that can drain the life from you before you even realize you are in trouble. In northern Tanzania, near the border with Kenya, lies a body of water that seems drawn from a mythological tale of horror. This is Lake Natron, a shallow salt lake that gets its name from the natron, a naturally occurring compound of sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate that flows into it from surrounding hills. This unique chemical makeup gives the lake an incredibly high alkalinity, with a pH level as high as 12, almost as corrosive as ammonia. The water is a deadly trap for any creature not adapted to its caustic embrace. Any birds or other animals that happen to die and fall into the lake are preserved in an almost perfect, stone-like state. The high concentration of sodium carbonate acts as a fantastic preservative, calcifying their bodies and turning them into eerie, statuesque figures that wash up along the shoreline. The water temperature can reach a scalding 140 degrees Fahrenheit, and its blood-red color, caused by salt-loving microorganisms, only adds to its ominous appearance. It is a beautiful, but lethal environment, a natural mummification factory that serves as a grim gallery of its victims. In the heart of the Karakum Desert in Turkmenistan, there's a spectacle that, honestly, just defies belief. A gaping, fiery maw in the earth that's been burning for half a century. Known locally as the Door to Hell, the Darvaza gas crater is, well, a testament to an environmental accident of epic proportions. The story goes that in 1971, Soviet geologists, drilling for natural gas, accidentally punched into a massive underground cavern. The ground collapsed, swallowing their drilling rig, and creating a crater over 200 feet wide. Fearing the release of poisonous methane gas, the geologists made a fateful decision. They decided to light it on fire, expecting it to burn out in just a few weeks. But, more than 50 years later, the crater is still burning. By day, it's a vast, smoking hole in the desert. But by night, it transforms into this mesmerizing, terrifying cauldron of fire, its glow visible for miles around. The intense heat and the constant risk of the crater's edges collapsing make approaching it incredibly dangerous. It's a man-made inferno, a permanent wound on the planet's surface that burns with an unholy, unending light. For decades, one region of the Atlantic Ocean has captured the public imagination like no other, earning a reputation for inexplicable and, honestly, pretty sinister events. The Bermuda Triangle, a loosely defined area bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, has become, pretty much synonymous with mystery. Countless stories and theories have emerged about the ships and aircraft that have allegedly vanished without a trace within its boundaries. From the disappearance of a squadron of U.S. Navy bombers, known as Flight 19 in 1945, to the loss of the massive cargo ship, the USS Cyclops, in 1918, the Triangle is a legend steeped in tragedy. While scientists and the US Coast Guard point to more mundane explanations, the dangers of this region are very real, even if not supernatural. It's actually one of only 2 places on Earth where a compass needle points to true north rather than magnetic north, which, let's be honest, can cause some serious navigational confusion. The Gulf Stream runs through the area, creating rapid and often violent changes in weather. Sudden intense storms can materialize out of nowhere, and the ocean floor plunges to some of the deepest trenches in the Atlantic. Whether you believe in paranormal forces or not, the Bermuda Triangle is an undeniably hazardous stretch of water, where nature's power can make ships and planes disappear with shocking speed. Deep within the ruins of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, in a steam corridor beneath the wreckage of Reactor 4, lies an object of almost unimaginable danger. It's a large, wrinkled mass of corium, a once molten, lava-like mixture of nuclear fuel, control rods, and melted concrete. Nicknamed the elephant's foot for its distinctive shape, this radioactive blob is arguably the most dangerous piece of waste on the entire planet. When it was first discovered months after the 1986 disaster, its radioactivity was so intense that it represented a lethal dose in mere seconds. In the immediate aftermath of the meltdown, standing in its presence for just 30 seconds would have caused dizziness and fatigue. 2 minutes of exposure would have caused your cells to hemorrhage. 5 minutes would have been a certain and agonizing death within 48 hours. Over the decades, its radioactive intensity has slowly decayed, but it remains terrifyingly lethal. Even today, a prolonged exposure would be fatal. The elephant's foot is a condensed physical manifestation of the Chernobyl disaster's horror, a singular object so deadly it can kill with its mere presence, a dark relic of the nuclear age hidden away from the world. We've visited places of extreme heat, but what about the opposite extreme? Welcome to Oymyakon, a remote village in Siberia, Russia, widely recognized as the coldest permanently inhabited place on Earth. Known as the Pole of Cold, this is a land where survival is a daily battle against a force that, honestly, just wants to freeze you solid. Back in 1933, the temperature here plunged to a record-breaking minus 90 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 67.7 degrees Celsius. In winter, the average temperature hovers around a bone-chilling minus 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Life in Oymyakon is dictated by the cold. Cars have to be left running all day and night, or else their batteries die and the fuel freezes. Pen, ink, freezes. Batteries lose power almost instantly, and even wearing glasses can be a hazard, since they can literally freeze to your face. Frostbite is a constant and serious threat, capable of claiming exposed skin in just a few minutes. Even the simple act of digging a grave for a funeral can take up to 3 days, since the ground must first be thawed with bonfires. It's a place of stark, frozen beauty, but it's also an environment of profound and relentless hostility, where the cold becomes a physical presence that seeps into everything. For climbers and adventurers, it's the ultimate prize, the summit of Mount Everest, the highest point on Earth. But to reach this prize, you have to pass through one of the world's most unforgiving environments. Above 8,000 meters, or 26,000 feet, lies an altitude known by the chillingly accurate name, the Death Zone. At this height, the air is so thin that it contains only a third of the oxygen available at sea level. Without supplemental oxygen, the human body just can't acclimate. It starts to die, cell by cell. In the death zone, the stakes are absolute. The extreme cold, with temperatures dropping far below freezing and wind chill making it even worse, can cause frostbite in just minutes. The lack of oxygen leads to hypoxia, which impairs judgment, causes hallucinations, and can lead to fatal mistakes. Exhaustion becomes overwhelming, and even the simplest tasks require a monumental effort. This treacherous region is littered with the bodies of climbers who have succumbed to the mountain, frozen in time and serving as grim markers for those who follow. It's a place that pushes the human body past its absolute limits, where the boundary between ambition and death is, honestly, perilously thin. It's the largest rainforest on Earth, a sprawling, vibrant wilderness often called the lungs of our planet. The Amazon is a place of breathtaking biodiversity, home to millions of species of plants, insects, and animals. But this green paradise is also a labyrinth of dangers. A place where you can become hopelessly lost, and where countless threats lurk in the water, on the ground, and in the canopy above. The sheer density of the vegetation can disorient even experienced explorers, making it terrifyingly easy to lose your way just a few hundred feet from your camp. The wildlife, while magnificent, presents a portfolio of perils. You've got the venomous bite of the formidable bushmaster snake, the powerful jaws of the black caiman and the silent, predatory grace of the jaguar. Electric eels can deliver a stunning shock, and swarms of army ants can strip a creature to the bone. Perhaps more insidious are the diseases, carried by a legion of mosquitoes and other insects, from malaria and yellow fever to dengue. The Amazon is a world of unparalleled beauty and life, but it demands the utmost respect. It's a wilderness that does not forgive carelessness, a place that can swallow you whole. Our journey has taken us to the very edges of existence, to places where the forces of nature and the consequences of human action have created environments of extreme peril. From the viper-infested shores of Snake Island to the frozen silence of Oymyakon, from the radioactive ghosts of Chernobyl to the oxygen-starved heights of Everest, we've witnessed a planet of stark and often terrifying contrasts. These 15 locations, each dangerous in its own unique way, serve as powerful reminders of the raw power that simmers just beneath the surface of our world. A power that, honestly, we often forget in the comfort of our daily lives. These are not places for tourism or adventure. They are monuments to nature's extremes, and, in some cases, to our own capacity for destruction. They command respect, caution, and in most cases, distance. They teach us about geology, biology, and the tragic lessons of history. They show us worlds where survival is a moment-to-moment struggle, painting a vivid picture of the lines we should not cross and the forces we cannot hope to control. The Earth is full of wonders, but it's also full of warnings. As we wrap up our exploration of these hazardous realms, we're left with a profound sense of humility. We are but visitors on a planet of immense complexity and power. Understanding these dangerous places helps us better understand our own world and our fragile place within it. Thank you for joining us on this journey to the planet's most forbidden corners. We hope it's been as eye-opening for you as it has been for us. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.